start, Luke? Any idea?
And away they go.
So away we get the second time of asking, and one of the well-backed horses, Hold the Serve, is one of the first to show. Rousted along to gather speed is weighed out in the first-time blinkers. Kaka's Cousin and Eagle Fang as we arrive at the first with Bold Endeavour. Kiki Joe is towards the inside early on as they make their way up the home straight. Absolutely Doyen towards the inside is also just behind the leaders with Harbour Lake, Quantum Quest in the white cheek pieces. Chart Topper and Ikarak Race in midfield with Jericho de Repene wide. Widest of all is Push the Button, and more towards the inside is Get On George just ahead of Supremely West, and stable companion Ace of Spades. Idem comes next as they turn away, and right towards the back of the pack early on Manila Rescue in company with Leanne, and also towards the back is Duke Silver. So they're making the turn away from the stands and hang on towards the second, and Kaka's Cousin and Bold Endeavour cut out the early running. Weighed out with Hold the Serve, who's just drifted back into 5th place, with Eagle Fangs on that one outside racing prominently. Quantum Quest from Fortune Timmy, Ikarak Jericho de Repene, and racing on the inside Absolutely Doyen. Harbour Lake from Chart Topper as they prepare to rise at the second. Push the Button, and also over that in midfield Kiki Joe. Supremely West is quite well back with Ace of Spades early on, and still towards the back the likes of Get On George, Leanne, Manila Rescue and Duke Silver. So on towards the middle, one of the three down the back. Kaka's Cousin in company with Bold Endeavour in the red and white colours. Eagle Fang with Quantum Quest wider out as they stepped over that flight. Manila Rescue at the back just gave it a little bit of a kick, and Ben Jones just pushed along for a stride or two. But an awful long way to go here, still 10 flights of hurdles to take, and out in the lead Kaka's Cousin, red and white diamond colours of Bold Endeavour as they take the 4th flight of hurdles. And again they're all over, and again at the back Manila Rescue just a little untidy. So Kaka's Cousin with Bold Endeavour. Eagle Fang will be 3 wide as we approach the bend. Weighed out on the inside, travelling better in those first-time blinkers, black over hurdles this afternoon with Quantum Quest and Ikarak towards the outside. Hold the Serve, the grey horse, in 7th place with Jericho de Repene and Fortune Timmy. Absolutely Doyen, corners on the inside of Chart Topper. Another grey, Push the Button, Ace of Spades a bit closer. Then behind these, the green and white of Good to Be Alive is on the outside of Idim. Kiki Joe in these gold colours on the running rail with Duke Silver, Get On George, Leanne, and last of all, as they make the turn, is Manila Rescue. So Kaka's Cousin out on the front end, continuing to lead as they turn back towards home, still with well over a circuit to travel. Out in the lead, it is Kaka's Cousin by a length from Bold Endeavour. Eagle Fang races in 3rd place. Weighed out in 4th with Ikarak Quantum Quest. Hold the Serve in 7th, the grey. I jumped that particularly fluently with Jericho de Repene. Push the Button on the outside of Chart Topper, Fortune Timmy, and completing the line of 4 in midfield Absolutely Doyen. Ace of Spades getting a little bit closer in red and white colours with Harbour Lake on that one's inside. Also towards the inner is Supremely West. Then behind those we have Good to Be Alive just ahead of Idem. Duke Silver in the purple. Leanne, Get On George, Kiki Joe towards the inner, and last of all remains Manila Rescue. So they've completed a circuit, and out in the lead Kaka's Cousin, Eagle Fang, and on the middle of those two Bold Endeavour have been the 3 that have towed them along. In 4th is Weighed Out. Hold the Serve's got a nice pitch up the inside for Sean Bowen, the grey on the rails with Ikarak. And then behind these we have Quantum Quest in the white cheek pieces on the outside. So they make the turn away. Packed grandstands this afternoon. Ready back to midfield. We'll find the likes of Absolutely Doyen with Fortune Timmy, Jericho de Repene and Push the Button. Supremely West with Harbour Lake about 2/3 way back through the field with Ace of Spades and Chart Topper. Kiki Joe, Get On George. Then Idem. Good to Be Alive comes next with Leanne, Duke Silver and Manila Rescue. So into the back straight they head. Kaka's Cousin attended by Bold Endeavour with Eagle Fang in 3rd. Weighed Out on the inside continues to travel in 4th place. Just behind those Ikarak in the pale blue from Hold the Serve and Quantum Quest. Fortune Timmy, Harbour Lake, Jericho de Repene and Absolutely Doyen continue in midfield just ahead of Supremely West. So first the flights on the final circuit. Kaka's Cousin got a little bit tight there, but once again they're all over. Manila Rescues continue his catalogue of errors, still last but still travels okay, as do the majority of the field here. Kaka's Cousin with Bold Endeavour and Eagle Fang, 2 lengths to Weighed Out. Ikarak in the pale blue, Quantum Quest, Hold the Serve, just ridden along in 8th place there, just struggling to hold the position slightly, Sean Bowen, as Jericho de Repene and Supremely West improve on that one's outside. Sean sends Hold the Serve right up the inner to try and recover some of that ground. On the wide outside, Push the Button, very wide is Duke Silver and Good to Be Alive, as the better leap was by Kaka's Cousin over that last flight of hurdles in the back straight. So it's Kaka's Cousin with Eagle Fang Fang. Bold Endeavour drops back into the chasing group. Hold the Serves managed to hold that pitch on the inside as they make the bend. In fourth place is Wade Out, Quantum Quest round the outer, and then behind these trying to make some ground, push the button with Chart Top, Rickrack battling to hold the spot. Supremely West getting closer on the inside, likewise Harbour Lake. Leanne is another who's made ground from the back of the pack. Ace of Spades is struggling, Manila Rescue is picking up a few now, and Idem struggling. Jericho de Repene, Fortune Timmy and Kiki Joe are also struggling. Off the final bend, Eagle Fang it is who presses on with Bold Endeavour, Quantum Quest dropping back now into fourth place, and the long-time leader Kaka's Cousin has passed by a couple more as they make their way towards the inner. At the back of the field, Get On George is pulled up. Eagle Fang leads from in second place, making stylish ground. Hold the Serve, Kaka's Cousin trying to rally. Then behind these, Wade Out. Chart Topper comes next with Quantum Quest and Supremely West as Eagle Fang led Wade Out on the run down towards the last. It is Eagle Fang pressed by Wade Out and Gavin Sheehan, who looms there on the outside, back over hurdles in their headgear. Then Chart Topper, Hold the Serve, Supremely West and Leanne the last by the hurdles. It is Wade Out who's 2 lengths clear from racing in second. Eagle Fang, then Chart Topper, Hold the Serve, Supremely West and Harbour Lake, but out in the lead is clear is Wade Out by 4 or 5 lengths for Gavin Sheehan. Then back in second place, Eagle Fang, Chart Topper, Hold the Serve and Supremely West back over hurdles with the headgear. Back in the saddle, Gavin Sheehan for the first time this week. Wade Out, Wade in. Beats Eagle Fang from Chart Topper back in fourth place. Then was Supremely West. They were followed in by Hold the Serve, Harbour Lake, Leanne, Ace of Spades, Push the Button, Kaka's Cousin faded, so did Quantum Quest, the Stragglers, Manila Rescue and Fortune Timmy. 18-1, Wade Out, who'd been very moody in some of his runs over fences, back over hurdles with the headgear on, travelled really well. Gavin Sheehan ruled out of his rides from a Cheltenham ban until this day, has come home clear. Big run by Eagle Fang at a mighty price, in visor for the first time, so the headgear clearly having an impact in this race. Chart Topper, Supremely West, Hold the Serve for the extra places, then Harbour Lake and Leanne. Wade Out in the colours of Ferguson, Mason, Hales and Doan. 18-1, Wade Out is the winner.
He's heading halfway round the Grand National track. We knew he'd stay, and he's staying on, look. Disappearing into the distance. Gavin Sheehan back from his ban with a bang. This horse back over hurdles with a bang. Was nicely backed actually at big prices, was bigger this morning. It's gone off at 18-1. We pick it up here, AP. You gave the horse a good shout before the race and he's just about to pick it up.
Yeah, he was so much happier to back over hurdles. He won early on the year at Cheltenham. Sean Bowen gave him a very good ride. You remember he kept going. He didn't jump at all in the 3 mile 6 novice chase at Cheltenham, but he travelled well behind the leaders here, and the horse that stays well. You could see that he was so much happier jumping the smaller obstacles today.
We can show a few replays. It's going to take a while to get back to Alice here. For Gavin Sheehan, Rachel, when you've got to ride in the big races on the real whacker later, that must be a huge boost. Get one on the board early.
Oh, massive. You'd go into it with so much confidence, and yeah, I'd say he's very happy that his ban was lifted for today.
Yes, absolutely. Here from overhead, he pulls a good deal clear on the straight.
The blinkers have made a huge difference to this horse. He travelled today like he has not travelled like this all year. I know he's been running over fences, but today he was so much happier over the smaller obstacles. You know, he really was almost like he was like, I'm happy to be here.
And for the owners, they've had a lot of success over the years, and they like having the winners.
Oh, Sir Alex likes having winners on Merseyside.
There's a great picture posted of him sharing a drink and Sir Kenny Dalglish, I think, on the same table. Great picture that, and he's going to enjoy this with the other owners as well. Jed Mason, the Hales family, the Doans as well. Winner number 89 of the season for Gavin Sheehan.
Oh, good to have Gavin Sheehan's twinkly smiley face back, and it's smiling now.
Certainly is. It's a nice way to come back. They were long 2 weeks, but yeah, look, I've come back fresh as well, which is nice. And this lad, I thought he'd be pushing him for most of the race, to be honest, but he travelled like a dream, jumped great, and yeah, everything was happening out smooth, and anytime I wanted him, Alice, he was there underneath me. And with his jumping, I was inspired by you when you were riding in Lambourne Open Day, going up over them jumps. But no, he was great, and as you've seen there, couldn't pull him up. He'd have gone around again.
Unbelievable. You got the real whacker in the big one. So many characters behind this horse. You've had some great days on him.
Yeah, look, have a great days. I spoke to Brian Hughes there earlier as well. You know, and it's just, you're going out, and if you're not in, you can't win. you're going in there with a horse that's won the at Cheltenham, the Brown Advisory, the Charlie Hall. He's a good horse. Paddy's in great form this year, and look, I'm delighted to be back on board, and I'll certainly be going in with loads of confidence now.
Do you think people are overlooking him?
I think they are, but you know something, a lot of horses get overlooked, but it doesn't bother me. They can put their money on, or they might not.
How important for you to get a win today now, just get back in that winning groove?
Oh look, it's great. You always want to come back with a winner like that, because you get straight into it. I didn't do much riding out. I didn't kind of try to do as much exercise from the last Tuesday really, just to get back into it, and the further on the week was getting, the more hungry I was getting, so the more I was naturally doing. But look, just want to say thanks to all the owners in the team as well. They've done a great job with this lad, and you know, it was a good call to put blinkers on him and go back over hurdles.
Brilliant, good luck later.
On the far side there's Harriet Turner leading up the winner, big part of the Ollie Murphy team. We've had a great season, 134 winners and counting so far. He's on the real whacker in the big one at 4 o'clock. You do have to feel for Brian Hughes though, out with a broken leg, who'd normally ride the whacker. Brian, if you're watching, we all wish you well and look forward to seeing you back soon as well. Weighed out 1 at 18 to 1.